Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? This is Pete Styles speaking. Welcome to another episode of 567 Now What? And we have the amazing Aziz Baki with us.
What up?
What's going on, my friend? Okay,
I'm good.
so for everyone that doesn't know, this is a podcast based around dancers which have transitioned into another field, and it could be like a whole nother area of work. Right now, Aziz mainly has crossed over into choreography and creative direction from being a dancer. That's right, right?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe more choreographer to a creative director.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing. Okay, yeah, we had discussed this earlier. I've known Aziz roughly from around like 2003, 2005, right?
exactly. Ish, something like this.
Ish. And that was mainly because Aziz had decided to come out to London with some friends and put a stamp on London.
Exactly. And see what happened over there in this cool city.
Yeah, Aziz opened a lot of doors. It was amazing to actually watch him come and like I don't know, just kind of like move through that space without being too aggressive. Um, yeah, it was really interesting time. Like you really came out and you just slotted right in. It was exactly what we needed at the time as well. We just like needed a different vibe.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. We just came over there and see and bring our experience and our love of dancing and see how it goes. Simply it
Amazing,
is. Yeah.
amazing. The best way to be. Okay, so one of my first questions is I just want to say like Aziz is a freestyler first, and my first question is how was that moving from your place of freestyle and then crossing over into choreography and into I guess I could say the commercial world.
Yeah, yeah. At first, so yeah, at first I was like starting as a freestyler because I want to learn like hip hop, and most of the people here in Paris back in the days was more into freestyle, into clubbing and battles and stuff like that. So my cousin Zoher, he's one of the pioneer of house dancing in France.
Right.
Um, was like tell me to come over and train with them with his guys. So it was like Tip Top. You have Yuxon from Wanted Posse, Babson, rest in peace, brother, from Wanted Posse 2, and Yaman. And all these guys were like all around, like they were like my OGs. And they bring me like to clubbing and training and stuff like that. So I was starting um, to feel the love of dancing more into just like dance when you hear the music, but more into creative way of as a freestyler. Then after I was like, okay, I want to do this for my job, and I'm starting to see how it goes. Starting to go to see some schools and see what happens. So I start to learn modern and classic and contemporary because I want to have like
Right.
a more big palette of different dancing. Um,
Completely.
and see how it can be to learn different styles. Um, then after that, I was like, okay, if I want to do it as a job, I need to find the way to win a little bit of money just to live with this. And that happened. I started to do auditions. I never took class. I was like only freestyler, but I started straight away. I started going straight away to an audition, and it was for a musical, a big musical called The Ten Commandments. It was the
Right.
most massive musical in happened in France. So one of the most craziest. We did like maybe 300 for 300 340 shows, something like this. It was like
Wow.
crazy big. It was like crazy, crazy big. And after that, continued when I stopped. So that was my first audition, and I booked it. So
Of
I was
course you
like,
did.
okay. I was like, okay, that's the thing that I want to do. I want to learn more. So I started to take classes and stuff like that. That's where I started to take class of contemporary and modern and stuff like that. When I entered to this musical, I was like, okay, I will speak as a hip hop dancer, but I want to learn because I saw all these dancers were like doing contemporary, modern, and stuff like that. And so yeah, that was my thing. Then after, like naturally, I was starting to when I was doing my freestyle. I was starting to start to do some little combos for the battles.
Right.
But when you do a combo, it's like kind of a choreography. If you think like far,
Mm,
if you think really
completely.
far, yeah, because you're starting to see that maybe this combo who's doing like 50 seconds can be like a 3 minute combo. You can push it. So I'm starting to train myself and to create, and I'm starting to give class in Paris, and people start to come and come and come and come, and I was like, okay, I want to do choreography now. So after that, um, my first job was in 2000, so in this musical, and in 2005, I think, I
Right.
was starting to maybe earlier. Yeah, 2005 was starting to choreograph for artists. Yeah,
Nice. I didn't even know it was that soon. Wow, that's quick. I mean, mine was quick. Mine was really quite similar, to be honest, when I
yeah.
think about it. It's quite a similar journey. That's amazing, man. That's amazing to hear because I didn't even know that myself. Um, okay, so say for example, like you were one of the first dancers. This is so crazy when I'm actually saying this out loud. You were one of the first dancers to perform at Juste Debout. Like what? Where was it held back then, and what was it like to be a part of something which was so new back then to see what it's grown into now?
um, like for me, Just the Boot is a crazy experience. I think it's the most impress event of dancing in the world, because now you see you can have like a different battles all around the world. We used to have it, and you see that it's restart again now. Finally,
Yes.
Bruce bring it back with the twins. Um, but the thing is, like, it was like just like it was like a cool moment of the year that we were all waiting. Even if you just want, you come to see it and just enjoy it, or even if you participated. Um, and the thing is, when I did it with John, I was more into. After that, it was like a long period after, so it was like 2005. So I was like more
Right.
into like doing jobs dancing, but I continued to train my freestyle. It was not because I was to doing commercial stuff that I continue to freestyle.
Right.
So the funny thing is, the funny story is like um, when I did I was saying like I'm going to do the Just Debout. Like most of the people on the underground, they were saying like, oh, how you can do Just Debout? You're a commercial dancer. I was like, bro, I didn't come from the commercial way, but I continue to
Exactly.
train, and let's see what's happened. So we did it. We did it, and we came to the final against it was like Feis and Poleric, and we lost the final. But the cool thing is, after that, like all the people came to see us and say, okay, now we understand that you can do both. It depends about
Mm,
you. It depends about your training, because you never know who you have in front of you. For example, I know you choreograph for artists, but if I don't ask or if I don't see your life in private, I don't know you can freestyle, and you train
yeah.
freestyle.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like the people who are doing like more into what they see against what they
Mm,
can learn about you. So that was the cool part. So that was my transition to go into this battle, and then doing again at the same time the commercial things. And after many years after, you see what happened. Les Twins, they were like
yeah.
freestylers and crazy stuff, and they won Just Debout. They do a lot of battles and stuff. Then after they work with Beyonce, and they work for
Mm,
Michael Jackson show. So
exactly.
that show
Exactly.
again that you can do both. It depends about your wanted, what you want to do in your life. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said, Aziz. Well said.
But
What year
it
did you
was
say?
like,
2005. Did you say
yeah,
2005 when you did that?
yeah, yeah. It was
That's so
2005.
crazy. It's crazy because I was just thinking about it. Because in my brain, I mean, I wasn't there watching you live, but I remember back in the day we could buy these CDs or
Exactly, the
DVDs.
DVDs.
Yeah, we could buy the DVDs, and I remember, and I cannot remember where I bought it from, or I don't know if you gave it to me or whatever. But I remember just putting it in and watching like the whole thing, and it was just like I feel like it was in a like a gym or something like that in Paris.
Yeah, exactly. It was like so that was the second place. The first place was like a small gym outside of Paris, and the second one was this one, Stade Pierre Coubertin. So it was like I think maybe 5 or 7 thousand people. Hope I'm gonna be good. Maybe
Mm,
Bruce can I'm gonna ask, but I think it's 5 or 7 thousand people. Then after
okay.
that, like few years after, it was like Bercy, where it was like
Mm.
20,000 people. But yeah,
That's a
but it was
jump.
like it was already impressive when you are in the middle and like
Yeah, I bet.
7,000 people are looking at you. You have to stay focused on what you do, and as soon as you do, like what the coolest feeling was like when you do something cool and everyone would stand and scream and be crazy. That was the best feeling ever. When when
Uh,
even when you do a combo with your partner and you think about, okay, maybe we can do this. Okay, let's train. And we went to a dance studio to train, blah blah blah, and try to find and say, oh, maybe do this. And I think if we do this, people are gonna stand and scream. And when that happened, bro, you're like, okay, we're in the good way.
yes, because you know what's gonna like make people go crazy.
Yeah, so it was cool. It was cool.
Wow, that was really cool to watch you relive that moment. Amazing. Um, okay, so let's think with your choreographer, creative director brain right now. If
Yeah.
like now that because you can do both, that's amazing. Now that you're on the
Mhm.
other side of choreography and creative direction, what like with the information that you know now, what would you?
Maybe because I'm not hard with myself, but I want to push all the time more. I would like to say sometimes be more focused on some stuff because sometimes I was like more into like a let go way, you know, and just like
What is
okay,
that?
I don't
Oh,
um in the sense of okay, I don't care. I'm like this, yeah, I stay like this, you know. Sometimes it's like ego. Sometimes you have some
mm,
ego and stuff like that, and sometimes you have to stay more into what you feel more inside, and that's why I decided to move for 3 years in London. It's because I wasn't agree with myself on what I did when I used to do at this time in France, and I was like I couldn't find the good way for me because like mentality changed, style of dancing was changing, and I was like feeling like
mm.
okay, if you don't have the good styles, you can't work. So I was like
I
okay,
remember that period. I remember that period.
exactly. So I was like okay, I have to change something. I have to go
Are
somewhere
you
else.
speaking? Are you speaking about the period where, and I can say this, where things started becoming a bit more feminine,
Exactly, exactly.
and it was a bit like, where do I fit in here? Because I even felt that for myself to a certain
Hmm.
degree, because my movement isn't naturally feminine.
Hmm.
So, and we could adapt, and we did for a period, but we
Yeah,
all kind of had to anyway, right? To a certain degree.
yeah, exactly. And after, to be honest with yourself, you have to. I think you have to be honest with yourself because after a certain point, you're not gonna be really truly in your truth of what you want to
Yeah,
do. So it's cool
your
to
authentic
it's
self.
cool. Exactly. It's cool to try it and to make some of it. But if it don't talk to you, just have to find your way, and that's it. And your time is gonna come, and that's it. That's the only thing. You have to be patient because life is about that too. Life is about to be patient and to stay strong of what you feel of and what you want in your life. And I think the rest is gonna come. And I think this period of coronavirus and stuff like that, like put everyone into this point. You have to be patient
Yeah,
because now it's more than a year. Like people are waiting that shit is get out of life. Uh, but you find other resource
yeah.
to see you as a human being and how's what you want to do in your life as your experience. You were in the US doing crazy good things and that happened and you decide to come back to London, but there's a reason for that, and sometimes you don't know at the point, but you'll see for the future what happens. So that was why I was like moving from another place. I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna find different stuff in another place, and I find it. I find friends first,
Yeah, you did.
like you. I find good vibes because London people are really cool in my opinion. Um, then yeah, a different lifestyle. It was so cool. Every day, even when I wasn't working in London, when I didn't work, I was just walking all around London and see.
Experiencing life.
Yeah, just watch people, look at the environment, find new restaurant, just enjoying. To go to different clubs, meet
Yeah.
French who moved to London, even in clubs and even in different works, and yeah, and that makes your experience, and that makes yourself after.
This is why we're friends, Aziz. This is why
Yeah,
we've been friends for nearly 20 years. Um, amazing, amazing. So, has there ever been a period in your career where you felt like there's a possibility that you had been seeking to do something else? Like, I know that you have a love for sneakers. Like, were you like,
yeah,
I'm gonna make sneakers instead of dancing one day? Or have you ever felt like that during a period? Or have you
yeah.
just always
That
really go ahead?
yeah, that was this exactly period. I was in a point like to see, okay, I don't feel anymore like the vibes, and I feel like different. So maybe I'm gonna change it. So I was like in a point, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. So
Are
that
you
was the,
sorry to interrupt? Do you mean the period which you had just already spoke about?
yeah, yeah, exactly. That was like this
Mm,
moment where I
wow.
was like, maybe I'm gonna do another things, or so that was like I was like I need to find again the vibe of doing it, like just enjoying it, not like be stressing full about like doing it, you know. So that
Mm,
was this period. Then after when I come back to France, um, it was like the moment, even when like because you were moving from your country, people are thinking because when I moved from France and I came back, when I came back, it took a year for people to understand that I was came back. I was like telling to
all
everyone, but no,
right.
I'm here,
Right,
I'm
right, right,
coming
right,
back
right, right.
from I'm gonna live again here. And all the time when the production call me, they say, "Oh, we were thinking you're still again in
You're in
London." I said,
London.
"No,
I know, I
no."
know, I know.
And even this period like of coronavirus, I was like not thinking about like changing. I didn't think about like to do a different thing, but because we couldn't practice, we couldn't have place to do it, and I was not comfortable to do like direct things on Instagram, like classes and stuff like that.
I get
Um,
it.
so I'm starting to learn how to do DJing. So now I can do DJing too,
Mm.
and I'm starting to learn how to make shoes, to make sneakers.
I had told you, I knew it. I knew it. That's why I said that because this guy has a
Because
strong passion for sneakers.
oh man, you can understand. My wife and my
Always.
parents are like crazy about my passion of sneakers. They hate me for that.
You've
But
always
yeah,
had that
now
though.
now I do it. I do my own sneakers. I can do like Jordans and stuff like that. It's a I do a formation just after the first lockdown. So I can't show you, but I have just here. I have my machine to make sneakers. I have like 3 or 4 sneakers that I already did. Yeah. So now I'm in between like doing sneakers at
Oh my
night,
god. Oh.
during day choreographing and do artistic direction. So yeah, it's a follow. But I think
Oh,
we can do. I think human people can do a lot of things, just not stay in one stuff. Like that's the problem. Most of the time, I don't know if it's the same in London, but in France it's the same thing. When you do one thing, oh, he's doing this. Oh, it means that he finished this and he's not. He don't want to. No, I can do a lot of things. My time, I have
like make
24
sneakers.
hours. I have 24 hours. I
Mm.
have my son and my wife, but in this time, I can do like just to even for your mind. It's good. It's good to see different stuff and see what it goes.
Do you know what? One of the best things, and this is only the third podcast that I've done, but one of the best things about doing this, even with my close friends, is
Uh-huh.
just having an insight into their life, which I didn't even know about. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've known that you've loved sneakers for forever, but for you to turn around
Yeah,
and say that you're making sneakers. That's like a whole another situation.
Maybe after I can show you one that I did.
Please, please,
You want
please
to see
do that at
now?
some point. Go ahead, please. That would
Oh,
be amazing.
it's just here. Don't give me one
Go,
second.
do it.
Okay, I'm gonna show you two pair that I did.
Okay, of course you are.
Okay. So my first one that I did was this one.
What? Excuse me? Oh
Yeah,
my God, is that
completely done,
backwards?
handmade, 100%. The only thing that I
What do you
don't do is this.
mean?
I have my
How did
machine.
you?
I cut leather, then I do it on my machine and stuff. And yeah, bro, look.
Okay, first and foremost, I'm buying a pair from you, and second of all, and, and this is what I'm talking about. From See, look, I have to be honest. I came into this podcast with Aziz going, "Oh, let's speak about Aziz's journey from dancer into choreography and creative direction, and now he is a sneaker maker."
And the second one, bim bam boom.
What?
And I do
Oh
laser,
my!
laser printed with the Coast stuff,
Oh my word!
Jordan
I can't
stuff.
believe this.
Look.
Okay, so this is a thing now, Aziz. This is a thing. This is a thing. I didn't know that this is a thing, but now it's a thing. Okay,
Yeah,
amazing.
it's a part of my journey day. When I have time.
Yo, Aziz,
It's only when I have free time I do this.
yeah, but you know that's about to escalate. You know it's about to escalate. I'm excited for you.
We will
Congratulations.
see. Thank you, bro.
No, we won't see. It's happening as we speak. Oh my God, I'm
Yeah.
excited for you. I'm excited for you, man. Congratulations. You make sneakers. I don't even know where you even.
There is a big community of that, but it's not known as crazy as it is now. But there is
Yeah,
a little community of they call that bespoke.
it's because you're in that world. That's why, and you already know.
Yeah,
You've been in that world.
and I love fashion and stuff like that. Like I mean the street fashion and the fashion like the culture of hip hop fashion and stuff like that. So yeah. And I think it comes
Okay.
with I think it comes with the creative directing stuff because as a creative director, um, you have to have like different influence. You have to have influence from movies, from life, from how to create, how to put a different word for an artist or for a movie or for commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you have even to know about fashion because after you have um,
Yeah. For
to
sure.
bring like a stylist on your project and stuff like that. So you have to know where to go, and I think it's important as an artistic director to know a lot of things about like this kind of stuff, like fashion, um, dancing. I have to be aware of what happened in dancing
Yeah.
to bring the good choreographer for the project that I'm work on. Then I can drive him in the way that I want to see his
Yep.
word and didn't change him, but just bring his word to the best way, and he's gonna be like in a good light, and dancer
Right.
too. So
So
it's
so
I think things crossing, but it's the same thing.
yeah. It no. I mean, you nailed it. You really, really just did nailed it. I mean, it is all inspiration from all areas. Though I do believe that there's being a dancer and being a choreographer. I think back in the day they were quite
Hmm.
two separate things, but I feel like
Yeah, yeah,
now it's like every dancer is somewhat of a choreographer now, right?
yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but I mean
No, no, no.
it
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 could
it, it
after it depends about the vision.
yeah, it bleeds as one now. It bleeds as
Mhm.
one, which is a beautiful thing to be honest, because I feel
Yeah,
like
for
when we
sure.
kind of started, there was a separation, but really it's an artistic expression. Though I do think that creative direction and artistic direction is a whole nother field. So when was that like a natural progress for you to get into creative direction? Like, and when did that really start for you?
Um, that was starting when I because you know that I choreograph a lot of videos for artists
Right.
and for commercials and movies and stuff like that. But the thing is, as soon as I start to choreograph this and I start to speak with the directors and stuff like that, I saw that I have a lot of idea to put in the image.
Mm,
So after that, it was that point that I was like, oh, maybe I can try to do this too and see what happens. And naturally, like the production asked me to do a creative directing for videos for artists and for commercials. Then after I was because the thing is now I'm the new creative director for The Voice France. So
right,
the thing is um, the producer of these TV shows, the two producers came to see me when I was just as a dancer, came to this program to do a promotion for one artist. And
right,
after when we finished our promotion and stuff like that, they asked me to come and say, "Okay, are you Aziz? Because we heard about you, blah blah blah." I said, "Yes." And we were talking, and they say, "Are you sure you are just doing like choreographing and dancing?" I was like, "What do you mean?" They say, "Did you do other steps?" I was like, "Yeah, I have different ideas. I think I can do a creative direction, find ideas, try to find different moods, different on different things on the show." And they were like,
right.
"Oh, okay, interesting." And they start to leave. I was like, "But you can't ask a question and leave like that." And they were like, "No, no, but we're gonna speak soon. We're gonna speak soon." And that's how we start. Then after
Congratulations, man.
they came back 2 months after to me, and we're like talking, and it's time to put me in the program for a part of the program, and now I have all the program.
Wow. See, look, these are the things. This again, I didn't know that, and this is why it's just so beautiful speaking about it because I just feel like people don't really know. Like from the outside, everyone's just like, oh, this person's doing that, but no one
Yeah,
really knows about the journey of
the
how
process.
people, the process. Do you know what I mean? Like, look how simple that was for you. But I mean, I do believe that when we're ready, and it like
Exactly.
it finds us almost, and it just like
Yeah,
propels us. The next thing that we're there,
but
though, that's crazy.
and the thing is, this guy like it was not that simple because the thing is, The Voice is a program like since now 10 years in France, and
Right.
during all these 10 years, I came with different artists that I was choreographing. So they saw me once,
Mm,
twice, 3 times, 4 times, fifth. Okay, and after all that, they were like, okay, we saw him a lot, and they were like telling me that they really
mm,
observed how I work on stage and how I manage my teams and stuff like that. So that was bring them the feeling to think, hmm, he's acting like a creative director, not like a choreographer only.
mm,
And that's the thing, because most of the time when I was like sending email to this production, okay, I came with this artist, I want this ambience, I want this on the screens, I want the light like that, and I was like writing everything like second by second, and I think that was why they were like starting to think about me. That was the thing.
question: did you learn that from someone, or was that natural to you?
I learned it from experience, just like keep working on it. Like I was like all the time when I came, like if, for example, for a show like a big show for an artist or a musical or a TV show or video stuff or commercial. All the time when I came, I'm a kind of guy who observe everything. So
Right.
all the experience, I was like observing, and learning all the time. So I
Mm,
know who's doing everything exactly and why he's here and why we need him. So that was just it was, but it was like a natural thing that I
right.
observe a lot of things. For example, like I'm going to tell you, we're going to be in a place together with friends, and someone is going to starting to be like not good or something. I'm kind of going to it even if I don't want to do it. So it's one of my thing of my personality, I think.
Yeah. I think that's. I mean, I think that's really important because it always proves that we like it's good for us to always be our best at every moment because truth
Mhm.
is you don't really know who's watching you. Do you know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah, for
people
sure.
are watching you. people are really like watching our actions, and those things can take you to a higher place.
Yeah,
Clearly,
exactly. But after you have to stay you, because
yeah.
most of the time, and I used to be in this spot when I was telling you that I want to stop dancing and everything. I was more into like what people want to see about me,
Right.
you know. But the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not working in the good way because you're not gonna attract what you want. You're gonna attract something else, and it's not good. But the thing is, you have to stay you have to stay real with you and in front of people. And if you are the more real you are, and I think the more positive stuff you bring to you. I think
Again, again, this is why we're friends, Aziz. This is why
exactly,
we're
bro.
friends. um, okay, so within your career, what would you say one of the top two things are that you're proud of? Would you say? Because you've done a lot of things. Let's be honest, and we can go anywhere with this.
Yeah. Um, One of the two is gonna be like the last work that what I did. It was like choreographing um and do a little bit of creative direction for Mylène Farmer.
Okay.
She's the for those who don't know Mylène Farmer. Mylène Farmer, she's the biggest artist ever in France.
Mm,
She's like Madonna, but she's known in Russia as crazy. Like people get crazy about her. Canada, some people in Asia, France, Mexico, some stuff like that. So she's
I
really,
was
really,
actually
really big.
watching. I was actually watching some videos of you guys with her last night, doing my
Yeah,
research.
cool.
Yeah,
And
amazing, man, amazing.
I booked some UK people just to show you
Mm,
how love I have for dancers and people in London. Um, to have this big show to be in charge of, it's an accomplishment of all my career and all the things that I did. So as soon as you bring like the things you want, you have the things you want, you can't forget from where you're from. And I was thinking, and I was telling to Mylène, the artist, and I was like, okay, I want to do an audition in France, but can we do an audition in London too? Because that's where I bring my experience too. And she was
your
like,
other
okay,
home.
go ahead, man, go ahead. Exactly. So I called Bex to help me to
Mm,
bring like people, dancers, and stuff like this. But first, it was like a face. It's not face because it could be like not in the good way, but like it was like picture cast
right.
because she wants to see like the faces because we tried to find like
Mm,
faces like we don't want to have like only
looks.
not
Yeah, yeah,
only
yeah, yeah,
beautiful
yeah.
people, but like people with character. And so yeah, and after I came to London and do the audition, and it was crazy, and I booked like one, two, three, four, five. I think there was five UK dancer,
Wow. How many
five or
dancers
six,
were together on the tour?
16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was big,
Nice,
massive, massive. But the stage
nice.
was crazy, bro. The stage was crazy, like 60 meters, 40 meters, no, 60, 26 meters, no, 60, 40 meters, and 26 meters high. That was like
Oh,
crazy, man. It was in the stadium. That was stadium stuff.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And bring
Congratulations.
what was like so good to see is bring like UK people and they don't know at all where they're gonna be,
Who
but they say,
she is, where,
oh
yeah.
cool, we booked it. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Aziz.
yeah, yeah.
We booked it.
They didn't
First we came,
know.
no. First they came to the first rehearsal. They was like they see the crazy place where we are. They see the crazy hotel where they stay, and that first it was like, oh, okay, cool, 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 but they still don't see what's gonna happen. And the best thing, I didn't have in mind to film them when we entered the place where we perform, but it was like three 35,000 people place. It was like
That,
massive. It was one of the biggest in Europe, like locked,
wow.
not in the air. It's a stadium.
Right.
So as soon as we enter and they saw the stage, like stage was like 8 meters high to be on stage. So they were like enter, and they were like, and they
They
came
didn't
all
have
to
a
me.
clue.
All the UK people came to me and say, "Bro, now we understand where we are."
Mm, yeah,
So
they
that was
didn't get
crazy.
it.
I have tickles.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell by the way that you're telling the story. It's amazing.
Yeah. So
Congratulations, man.
that was like one of the craziest experience and a really good experience. And um, I don't know if I can put only two because like Just Debout was crazy, a crazy experience. Like for sure, it was like making me okay, you can do something in dancing as a person, not
Mm,
just as one of the dancer. Um, and maybe Rihanna was when I was assisting iHat, because I was assisting iHat for Rihanna for some pieces, some stuff over there, and with Troy, the other assistant from US.
yes.
So that was a crazy experience, really good
What
vibe.
was
She
what was that for?
Brit Awards.
Oh, I
That
didn't
was
even
for
know
the
that.
Brit Awards, and she gave me like straight away as soon as she cast me, she gave me like straight away like confidence, and she was like into giving me how do you say that
Just the freedom.
responsibility on it.
Right. Yeah,
And
yeah,
that was
yeah.
like a crazy experience. And I'm still friend with Troy, the other assistant.
Nice.
It's cool. It's cool. So I think I have different stuff like that who give you in a way of your career and see, okay, it's moving. I still
Yeah.
going up. And for sure The Voice to be the new creative director, it's like crazy, and see how people are confident with me on that. Yeah.
Yes, Aziz. Yes. This is why you're on this podcast right now. This is exactly why you're on this podcast.
Thanks, my
Um,
brother.
yeah. It's really good to I mean, there are so many transitions that you've done
Yeah.
already, but it's just even nice for you to even be able to say like, oh, from Juste Debout to choreographing for like one of the greatest artists in Europe, and and like now you're doing The Voice. So I mean, even from that alone, that's like quite a few different jumps. So
Hmm.
that's nice. That's really nice.
Exactly.
Um, so would you say? I mean, you kind of like spoke about it briefly. This wasn't one of my questions, but you touched upon it, and I just wanted to just draw a little bit more out of you. So as a choreographer, what
Uh-huh.
is it like to give other dancers opportunities? Like you've had something similar to yourself, and you briefly had just mentioned it.
Say again, say again. Sorry, I don't
Oh,
understand
sorry.
what you mean.
Um, as a choreographer and a creative director, how does it feel
Hmm.
for yourself to give these newer dancers these opportunities?
Bro, that's why I do this job. Because this job as a dancer, as a choreographer, as a creative director, first of all, is sharing. Is um, is sharing with people, with human people. We have the chance to do this job like we love to do this, and the cool thing is you can share all the time. Is sharing, and as I spoke to my wife, it's like being a creative director. It means that I can have the opportunity to offer new opportunities, even to choreographers, even to dancers, even to musicians, to singers and stuff like that. And it's so cool, bro. Because you bring experience for people what they are waiting for doing stuff. Even in this period, it's like really important. Um,
Right.
and just give them a joy to do this and just stay themselves and continue to grow, and maybe doing this as a dancer is going to inspire one of the dancer to be the new choreographer for the few years later, and for a choreographer to do a new creative director. And I'm in the point of saying that there is a place for everyone. There is a place for everyone, for
Mm,
every choreographer, every creative director. You just have to find where and who you're gonna
yeah.
work with, and that's it.
Like
But there is
find your own lane.
exactly, but there is a spot for everyone. So you don't need to fight and be aggressive to have a work. I think there is place for everyone, and you just have to find it where and with who you're gonna work, and that's it. And sometimes it takes time. You have to be patient. Mm.
Mm. So, what
But
advice
when
would you
that's happened,
give?
you have to be ready.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, for real. Stay ready. That's what they always say. So, what advice would you give for somebody that is dancing right now? And you kind of did touch upon it, but again, I'm drawing it out on you a little bit more. A dancer which is intrigued by, and you know, there's that you see dancers out there, and you already know that their brain is already on some like choreography like mentality or creative director mentality, but what advice would you give them
Mhm.
in order to elevate them to get up there?
Create the opportunity straight away. In the sense of, if you are a dancer, you want to go to choreography, start to do your opportunities by yourself. Create, call friends, teach them your choreography, film it, show that you see yourself first, if it's the way you want to, for people to see your choreography. And if it goes, you say, okay, just now we are really lucky to have this social network stuff, so it can go
Yep,
really fast.
completely.
Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good, but not most of the time it's quite good, because you, like, people can see your work from here, so maybe in a ten in I don't know, Canada or Japan, or you never know. So the thing is just like, bring opportunities to you all the time. The better thing is just to think in your head and don't do it. After you, that's gonna give
Completely.
you frustration, and after anger. And that happens to me sometimes. When you're
Happens
here
to
and
all
you're
of us
like,
sometimes,
yeah,
for sure.
exactly, because
It's natural.
you're even on this period, it's quite hard.
Yeah.
And when you see the social network stuff, you see, he's working, and I don't do anything. No, it's not the thing. Because most of the time we can't, we show only the cool things on the social networks. But cool thing is not, it's not like 100% of the things in people's life. So yeah,
Completely.
I think the best thing is bring opportunities and create opportunities. Because when you create opportunities, you do what's what's you. So the people are going to see straight away what's you,
Yeah,
not what you can do on a
exactly.
project.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're definitely living in a different time right now. Like even for myself, um, I got throughout the last 2 years, I'd got a lot of my work as a choreographer from my social media. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
me posting my videos on Instagram, and a lot of people would direct, like DM me and just ask me to
Hmm.
choreograph like a whole bunch of different things. So yeah, social media really is a blessing, and we can't deny that. And I know some people are against it for some reasons, and I can also see that too. But it definitely like catapults us out into the world of creatives, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
It's the thing. It's the thing. You have good things and bad things in social media. It's like in life, you have good thing and bad
yeah.
thing, and after
I was about to
you
say,
have to manage it with yourself, how it
yeah.
works with you, not how it works with your friend or with someone else. Hmm.
Well said. Well said. Um, So we're wrapping this up, Aziz, man. We're kind of wrapping this up. Like this has been amazing, super, super inspirational. Like to hear you speak. So I guess one of my last questions are, I mean, you're already climbing up the ladder still. Do you know what I mean? And I think in life, just in general, just even like me doing this podcast is like climbing up a ladder. I've dreamed about doing a podcast for years.
Hmm.
Um, do you have a goal in mind of what would be your next upgrade, or are you good with where you're at right now and then you'll take it somewhere else? I mean, and this is outside you being the most amazing sneaker person in the world.
No, I think life is like that. It's like, you learn all the time. You, even as an artist, you always go back to basics to grow up again. And yeah, I think I don't have like, yeah, I think I don't want to say like where I want to be, because I think I prefer to let the things grows naturally. But yeah, as a creative director and continue to work on that, maybe at some point, if I have the opportunity to produce stuff and stuff like that, because I think we have history, like as a hip hop dancer, and has even commercial stuff. We have like an history, like a background to share, and for the youngest generation to just to see where they can go, and give them opportunities too.
Yeah.
So and if we don't take this place, maybe it's going to be someone who is completely out of this artistic stuff and only in business, and it's not going to be good for us, for all this community of artists. So I think everyone have something to say and something to share. So it's continue to share what I love, uh, continue to be like in peace with me, um, and see how it can be better and better and better. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that I hope for my future, and try to give um, the best education to my son.
Nice.
Because
Aziz,
it's
you're
important.
amazing.
He's the, like, all this youngest generation are the future, so they have to bring them like as them child. So I have my son, so I'm gonna start with him. But yeah, it's cool. It's the cool thing, and it used to be the same thing when I had my little brother when he was like really little.
Yeah, I
Try to
remember. I
bring
remember.
try to
I
bring
remember
him with me to try to bring him with me, and
completely.
see how it goes with dancing and air dancing. And now he's a dancer, crazy dancer, known worldwide, and he's an actor too. He just finished a movie, so yeah, see, things
I
goes
know.
naturally, and even sometimes you say, oh, maybe I want to be here and I want to do this, but you have an experience in your life and that bring you to another thing. See, my brother, he's dancer and he can choreograph and stuff, but now he told me, oh, I love acting. I think acting, I'm going to try to push it into it, continue to dance, but continue to push into acting. So we never see. Maybe tomorrow is going to be a
Mm,
director of a movie. I don't know.
yeah,
We'll see. So
completely.
you never know.
Yeah.
Just if I have to give an advice, stay open. Stay open mind. Be yourself, but stay open mind. We are all
Thank
unique,
you.
for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you,
Thanks
Aziz.
to you, my brother.
Aziz. But yeah, thank you for being a part of
Yeah.
567 Now What. For everyone else which is watching, I will also be getting Aziz's brother to have this conversation because, oh my God, this guy's so amazing as well. Like, I mean, these two brothers are literally like my brothers. So yeah, for everyone that's tuned in, thank you so much. And yeah, I look forward to sharing you again
Thanks, guys.
with my awesome friends. And I hope that you guys got value out of this and learned something new. And I'll speak to you guys soon. All right. Thank you. Enjoy. Bye.